Have you ever heard of a place where the laws of physics just seem to bend? Well, today we're taking a journey to the Srikalahasti Temple in South India. It's a place where ancient faith and, frankly, our understanding of science collide in some of the most mysterious ways imaginable. Let's dive in and see if we can uncover some of its secrets. So millions of people make the pilgrimage to the world-famous Tirupati Temple every year. But for so many of them, that's just the first stop. There's this belief that their journey isn't truly complete until they also visit Srikalahasti. So what is it about this place? What makes it the essential final chapter on one of the world's greatest spiritual quests? The temple's name alone tells you this place is special. Srikalahasti. It actually comes from 3 words: Shri for spider, Kala for snake, and Hasti for elephant. The legend is just incredible. It says these 3 creatures, a spider, a snake, and an elephant, all worshipped a sacred stone, a lingam, right on this spot, each in their own unique way, until they found liberation. So this is a place literally born from the pure, unwavering devotion of the most unlikely beings. All right, our journey begins right at the entrance. But even before we take a single step inside, we're standing on top of a profound secret, a story of incredible devotion that's literally right under our feet. You see that stone threshold at the main entrance? Well, that's not just a step to walk over. It's actually a tomb. It is the chosen final resting place for 2 of the temple's most passionate devotees. Now you have to ask, who would choose to be buried under a busy entranceway? Well, none other than the great 16th century poet Jati, the man who literally wrote the book on this temple's history, and a deeply revered sage named Ramasudu. Think about it. Their final wish was to forever feel the dust from the feet of every single devotee who walked in. Talk about an act of ultimate humility. Okay, so once we step over that sacred threshold, our journey takes a very surprising turn. Down. We actually have to go down about 35 feet into the earth to meet the first deity, Gnanaprasunamba. How many spiritual journeys do you know that begin by heading underground? And now, we head into the very heart of the temple, the main sanctum. And this, my friends, is where things get truly mysterious. This is where the rules of the world we know just seem to stop applying. So the central deity here isn't a statue carved from stone. It's one of India's 5 incredible elemental lingams, each one representing a force of nature. Srikalahasti is home to the Vayu Lingam. Vayu means air, so Lord Shiva here is worshipped as the element of air itself, invisible, formless, and totally present. Okay, to understand the huge mystery at the center of this temple, you have to get this one crucial fact about the inner sanctum, the Garbhagriha. It is a completely sealed chamber. No windows, no vents, not so much as a crack in the ancient stone walls. The air inside is supposed to be perfectly, absolutely still. So, in this perfectly sealed, totally windless room, something impossible happens. There are 2 oil lamps placed in front of the deity, and they flicker, constantly, as if they're being touched by a gentle, unseen breeze. Devotees will tell you this isn't a draft, it's the living, breathing proof of Shiva's presence, as Vayu, as moving air. It's a quiet miracle, happening 24/7 right before your very eyes. But believe it or not, the flickering lamps are just the start of it. Like in pretty much all Shiva temples, the daily rituals involve bathing the lingam in offerings. It's a practice called abhishekam. We're talking gallons and gallons of water, milk, and other liquids poured over the deity every single day. So where does it all go? The answer is as simple as it is mind-boggling. It just vanishes. Seriously, there's no drain, no visible outlet, nothing. The liquid is just absorbed or disappears right into the ground. Its final destination is a complete mystery that has puzzled engineers and devotees for hundreds of years. All right, so beyond the jaw-dropping mysteries of the sanctum, the very design of this temple holds its own secrets. The architecture isn't random at all. It's a map, a reflection of a much deeper cosmic order. Just check out this layout. It's amazing. The 4 main deities in the temple are perfectly aligned with the 4 cardinal directions. You've got Gnanaprasunamba facing north, the goddess Gnanaprasunamba facing east, the main deity Kalahastiswara facing west, and the teacher god Dakshinamurti facing south. To have this perfect cosmic alignment all in one temple complex is an architectural marvel you will almost never find anywhere else in India. And it's this unique design that gives the temples such an incredibly special title. See, many great Shiva temples in the south are called Dakshina Kashi, which means the Kashi of the south. It's a huge honor. But Srikalahasti and Srikalahasti alone is known as Dakshina Kailasam, the Kailash of the south, marking it as the direct southern home of Lord Shiva himself. And finally, we get to the temple's traditions. And just like its architecture and its mysteries, the rituals here are totally unique. They often defy the conventions that are followed by almost every other Hindu temple on the planet. Okay, get this. During a solar or lunar eclipse, an event that's usually considered pretty inauspicious in Hindu tradition, temples all across India and the world shut their doors. All of them, except for one. Srikalahasti doesn't just stay open, it actually performs special, more powerful rituals during the eclipse. So why break such a massive tradition? Well, there are two big reasons. First, Lord Shiva here is seen as the master of the entire cosmos, completely beyond the influence of any little thing like an astronomical event. And second, this temple is a famous center for worshipping Rahu and Ketu, the very celestial beings who are said to cause eclipses in the first place. Here, they aren't feared, they're revered. Even the simple act of walking around the deities is done differently here. In pretty much every other temple you'll ever visit, you walk clockwise. It's just the way it's done. But not at Srikalahasti. Here you have to walk counterclockwise. It's just another one of those small but really significant ways this sacred space just stands apart from everything else. So what do we have? We've got flickering lamps in a sealed room, we have water that vanishes into thin air, and we have sacred traditions that break all the rules. And it leaves us with this one final question. Are these things divine miracles, actual proof of a power that's way beyond our understanding? Or are they just really complex natural laws that our modern science just hasn't figured out yet? Srikalahasti doesn't give us any easy answers, just an enduring, absolutely captivating mystery.